right, Bob Arum says that they're in talks to do Tank Davis and Lomachenko. Um, they're in talks for November, and he says that PBC he believes will operate in good faith, and they will go ahead and actually do that fight. So you know, let's kind of talk about it. Give me a minute. Let me know if y'all can hear this. I'm playing on the phone. Uh, Give me a minute. Give me 1 second. Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Here we go.
The truth is, we've been talking to the PBC people all along. So we'll absolutely resume conversations next week after this fight, assuming Tank is successful on Saturday. But again, it won't be like the start of negotiations. We've been talking, or Carl Moretti has been talking with Louis DeCubas for a couple of weeks now about that fight. And hopefully we'll put it together expeditiously for sometime in November.
All right, there you have it. If you heard it, you heard it. If you didn't hear it, I put it on what Bob said. The Rock says. Remember that? The Rock says. The Rock says. I gotta jailbreak my PlayStation. My PlayStation Class. I can play that and fight for us. The Rock says. But it says here got Gervonta Davis and yeah, like how Bob said, expeditiously. Because Al Heyman, Al is just, he's a piece of shit, give him a dildo and give him some lube and make the fight. I said, Al, I like women. Oh man. Me and Ali, we used to go to a lot of orgies. Remember you said that shit. I'm not going one with Al Heyman. No. I've heard what happens when he allows them fighters to come to his mansion. No. Bob is strictly for the women. Oh my goodness, dog, man. I crack myself up. You guys may not think I'm funny. I think I'm funny. But yeah, Gervonta Davis, Lomachenko's in talks to potentially place a WBA IBF World Title unification in November. Bob Arum reveals, I'm optimistic the PBC guys are professional. My team are professionals, and they'll work it out. But. So you already know Tank Davis gonna walk right through Ballpark Frank, or he wouldn't be fighting him and shit. You know what I mean? So we know he gonna walk through Ballpark Frank. So that's just what it is. But um, but nonetheless, I mean, shout out to them. It's a fight. He want to make the fight now, and he said he's gonna start fighting these guys because he don't want to have long. He don't want to be in this game too much longer. So he said he gonna start fighting these guys. So credit to him. Credit to him. He said he gonna start fighting these guys. So at the end of the day, I can't even knock it, my boy. I can't even knock it. Shout out to him. Even though he waited till Lomachenko get old, and they're gonna be talking about how Lomachenko is about to beat Gervonta Davis and all that type stuff. And then after the fight, when Gervonta knock his ass out, they're gonna talk about how old he was. Or they didn't drug test, or he wore Reyes gloves instead of the standard Everlast gloves. We know how this about to go. We know exactly how this about to go. So I think he will run through Lomachenko at this point. Um, and then Tank Davis fans gonna point out how y'all say Lomachenko looked the best that he ever could look. Um, how he looked the best he looked coming off the Camboso victory. So that's exactly what they gonna be saying. So it's gonna be interesting. You know what I'm saying? The same Lomachenko fans that was uh that been wanting Tank to fight him for years. Tank gonna knock him out quick. I mean I think it should be quick. Loma old. This should be I won't say quick. I say about 7, 8, 9 rounds. Um, so he shouldn't have no problem beating Loma at this point. Um, Lomachenko's done. Um, a lot of wear and tear, all them amateur fights. It happened a few years ago. I still like Tank to be honest. I always thought Tank could beat him, but just think I didn't think Tank believed in himself. That's what it kind of came off as. That he didn't believe in himself. So, um, but yeah, they want to make this fight. Top Rank has always been willing to make this fight. They got more to gain than lose. Tank got everything to lose. This PBC top quote unquote this they top cash cow. This they top cash cow. So this they top cash cow. So, but so but at the end of the day, I just think Lomachenko has been kind of timid versus punchers. And what's so funny about this matchup, to be honest, that I think that has to be highlighted if they get in the ring in November. What's funny about this matchup, and this is probably why that dude that beat Navarrete from the Ukraine started calling out Shakur Stevenson. He said, "I'll fight Shakur Stevenson." Now he made a comment about Shakur Stevenson too. I'm not gonna be able to find that though because I didn't retweet that. But he said something about Shakur not being a big enough fight for Tank. That probably mean he gone. And Shakur probably gonna be he really gonna be in his feelings when he find out Loma get the Tank fight, Loma got the Haney fight. Yeah, he probably gonna drink some bleach. But for real, um, with Loma, and Tank fighting each other, they both fighters that like to step it up down the stretch. They kind of get off to a slow start and then they like to step it up down the stretch. So, this should be very, 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 very interesting matchup in my opinion. This should be a very interesting matchup. Um, it should be a very interesting matchup. And then Floyd announced that he fighting John Gotti in August in Mexico, and I'm like, oh, he's just trying to upstage Tank, man. This nigga's a hater, dude. I've been telling y'all that. That dude's a hater, but hey, it is what it is. But I think this is a solid fight. I like Tank fairly easy, as I like Tank tonight. I don't think Tank gonna have too many struggles. Tank struggles just come from Tank starting off slow. That's it. Tank struggles come from him starting off slow. And I think if he wanted to pick it up, I think he probably possibly could. In my opinion, he possibly could just pick it up and be done with it. Um, but that's the way he want to fight. But the time that that his power don't bail him out late in the fight, he gonna be in trouble. So he really gonna have to you can't really routinely continue to get behind in these fights because everybody not gonna will threat your power. So, but I think it's gonna be a good one to be honest. Early. Um, it's gonna be a chess fight. Loma might even put a bunch of rounds in the bank to be real. But I think overall what's gonna happen is Tank could catch him with a body shot, counter punch, and put Loma out of there and put him into retirement. So that's what I think is possibly gonna happen in the two. But yeah, Tank said he coming at these guys. So shout out to him, man. He walking the walk. He'll walk right through Frank Martin tonight. He shouldn't have no problem with that. So you know, um, yeah, he shouldn't have no problem with that. Uh, um, but 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 yeah, it's a fight I'd rather have seen, some years ago, for real. But it is what it is. Boxing want to marinate, 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 and that's just the name of the game. So, shout out to these guys if they can get it done. These two promotional companies, if they could have got it done today. If they get it done today, they could have got it done yesterday. You feel what I'm saying? So that's just the bullshit of boxing. They don't want to make the fights until it's like mad too late. So, I mean, that is what it is. So, yeah, let me know what you girls and guys think. Hit the link tree, check out the Patreon, find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Kick, Twitch, Twitter. I mean X, that's X, literally everywhere. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Peace.